All right, today we're working on a Chevy HHR 2010. I just changed the oil on it and I cleaned it. I have a K&N air cleaner and I cleaned it. And I do drive this thing quite a distance back and forth from South Florida to North Carolina. And when I was changing the air cleaner, which you have to take this whole thing off, I'll do a video on that someday because to some people it's complicated, but I took a look at the belt and I noticed the Serpentine belt was a little bit dry rotted. Car is, 15 years old. So I bought a AC Delco Pro Professional as a replacement. There's your number right there, 5K405. And another thing is the GM part number on the belt, because this is the original, was 126-34319. If you cross-reference that, they say they don't match, but I actually measured them right here, like right in front of me, and they're actually exactly the same. They say that they're a 1 inch difference, but it was exactly the same. So anyway, to put the sucker on, I purchased the tools from Harbor Freight, and also Amazon's got a bunch of them. And what I should have did is I should have went to Amazon. Amazon has a curved one. This won't work because the actual, the way it's welded on there, the 3/8 adapter there, the way it goes into the tensioner at the angle, it ends up being right at your axle. I know there's one guy on YouTube that cut it to where it would fit. I also tried to get it to the top, but if I do that, I think it might work if you put it in through the top, but you need two people. You need one person down here and one up here to guide it in, and I'm by myself right here. I figured I'd do a short, quick video on this. The best way to approach this is you need to take this plastic off. And what I did is I already pried out the little pins that hold these in. So, but you got one here, you got a nut right here, or a screw right here. I'm gonna take that off. You also got another pin up here. You wanna pull that one out. And then there's a few underneath. Let me go underneath and you can see it. There's a screw right here. You wanna take that off. Also, this is how you get in there to change the headlights. So if you ever need to change a headlight, you actually got to go up underneath here. And then there's a couple more pins. There's one right here and a splash shield. And there's one a little bit forward of that. And then once you get those, you pull those out. They're a little bit different than the other ones. Once you pull those out, then you take this thing and you pull out on it. Whoops, forgot you got to pull these out. You pull out on it and push it down. Push it down out of the way. Now be careful, because if you push it way down, the lip of this will get stuck underneath the steel here. It's kind of hard to get out. But anyway, that's all you got to do. Now what I did was, I cheated like everybody else. I put the crowbar underneath here and I jacked up on it, on the tensioner, and then I pulled the belt right off here, off the balancer, off the harmonic balancer here. And then I released the tension on it, and then I took the belt completely off. I put the new belt on. I actually weaved it through around the harmonic balancer and then around the tensioner. And also I weaved it through around the air compressor, and I brought it up, but I did not hook it up to the alternator. I just let it sitting there. So then I brought the jack back. I jacked up on the tensioner. There's a little groove in the bottom of the tensioner, and it worked great. And I actually just used a ball joint separator as a crowbar, and I just used one of the teeth. I put it in that little groove and jacked it up, and there's not a lot of tension on it. As a matter of fact, when I was jacking up, I pushed the jack in, and it actually pushed it all the way up just by rolling the jack. So, and then what I did is, once I got the tensioner all the way up and I had all this fed, I went up to the alternator and I just slid it on. And then I came back down here and just took the belt and I slid it just to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. And then I let the jack down and released it, and it was on there. I double checked it again, started it, everyth's good. So I just wanted to do a quick, it's not quick, it's a 5-minute video, but I just wanted to do a video on this. The way I did it, and I hope people watch this video, and it's just, that's the easiest way to do this. Now I'm sure there's a special tool. I did not see anything online for the special tool. That might be something that I could probably make money on if I fabricated a tool and sold it on Amazon, because I do know people are looking for them. But and I think there is one tool that's on Amazon that's curved. I'll bet you money that would really work on here good. And then also, just for your knowledge, there's a little hole right here. There's a way to get it. That's the bolt for the actual tensioner. to change your tensioner. And also I saw somebody, you got to be careful when you take that bolt out that it doesn't fall down in this little hole here. If it does, you're going to need a magnet to pull it out. So but that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's a bunch of videos, and a lot of them just focus on that. A lot of shorts focus on that cheat. But I think if you route the belt, like I said, and you do that, and you take this piece of plastic off, I think you won't have any issues. It literally took me about 10 minutes to do. You got the part numbers if you got a year similar to mine, and that's pretty much it. And this thing's 15 years old. This car is low mileage though. It's only got 45,000 miles on it. So it's just old because the belt is worn out or dry rotted because it's old. It's been sitting quite a while. But and then, like I said, underneath this plastic, you pop this off. That's how you get in to change the headlight bulb. The headlight bulb's like up in here. So if you ever got to do a headlight bulb, that's what you got to do too, which I've had to do on this thing. But other than that, it's a great car. And any more work that I do on this thing, I'll make some more videos. You guys have a good day.